Bhaktihi Phalamakhanditam Avirodhat Bhavantyeva Prasangyastu Bhuktayah. The main benefit of all initiations is moksha, enlightenment. As a side effect, health, wealth, leadership and well-being happen. And in Rudrayamala Tantra, Shiva says, Devi Diksha Vihinasya Na Siddhihi Na Cha Sadgatihi Tasmat Sarva Prayatnena Guruna Dikshito Bhavet. The one who is not initiated does not attain liberation nor a better future. So by all efforts, one should get initiated by Guru. What is the science of initiation? Neuroscience has proved that the process of initiation floods the brain with energy. This is the superconscious energy of Kundalini, our own highest inner potential energy. As the Kundalini flows from the thalamus to the cortex, it sets up a powerful energy loop within the brain, which awakens the latent non-mechanical parts which we have never used before. With increasing levels of coherence, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heal, empower, transform our lives, bliss and fulfillment. Initiation creates high awareness, visualization, creativity. It also slows the aging process and improves the immune system. Kundalini awakening, healing experience, levitation, teleportation, materialization. Experience the power of initiation through a range of exclusive programs at the ashram. Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Yes, with that beautiful video, let us move on to learning what is the four of evidences for the science of power manifestation. The pramanas, the evidences. So the first is the Shastra Pramana, which are the eternal unchangeable truths that are revealed in the source scriptures. The next is the Apta Pramana, the experiences and results of Aptas or the authorities of Hinduism, the Vedic rishis and scientists who have time tested and verified this explanation. Next is the Atma Pramana or the experience or account of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasamidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, His millennium's avatar's personal experience of power manifestation. Last is the Pratyaksha Pramana or the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. So let us now listen to the Shastra Pramana, which comes from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 34, Dharana 11. Kapalantarmanonyasa Tishtannilitalochanaha Kramena manasodardhyat Lakshaye lakshyamuttamam. Translation goes, but fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession. By that stability of the mind and inner space, through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal Laksham by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the source Paramashiva. The next is the Apta Pramana, that Bhagavan Shri Krishna initiates Arjuna with the power of third. Bhagavan Shri Krishna says to Arjuna, Natu mam shakyase drashtum manenaiva sachakshisha divyam dadami te chaksuhu pashyame yogamaishwaram. But you cannot see my cosmic form with these physical eyes of yours. Therefore I grant you the divine third eye. Behold my cosmic opulence. In the Hindu Purana, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye to behold his Vishwarupa Darshan. The 11th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita contains the description of Bhagavan Shri Krishna's cosmic form, as it is completely narrated by Arjuna as he sees Bhagavan Shri Krishna through the third eye.
Inside and outside broke. first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree, 10 direction, below me, everything. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience. I felt that the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. The setting sun, rising moon, the whole Arunachala hill, all the plants, bush, shrubs, trees, everything, everything, everything. Just became so alive. The idea, something is inside,
The last is the Pratyaksha Pramana, the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. Study measures compare the metabolic cell activity of the brain in the conscious and meditative state of the third eye using the positron emission tomography, the PET. When doing daily activities, high activity is measured in the brain where the third eye is located, and when in the deep state of samadhi, only the third eye region is active and almost 90% the rest of the brain is active. So let us now witness the live Saksha Pramana, the live demonstration of the power of third eye being manifested by the Balasams of the Nithyananda Guru. So we'll be back right after a short break. I request all of you to stay tuned for the power of third eye, which is going to be demonstrated in front of all of you today. Yes. So now I'm back with the Balasams of the Nithyananda Gurukul Maniki Kalandra Ananda, who is going to be demonstrating this extraordinary power of third eye to all of you. So as all of you can see, I have the medically tested eye band. In front is a complete opaque sheet, and behind there is a thick sponge. There's no possible way of light entering the eye band, and All of you can see there's a strap which will comfortably strap the eye-band to the balism. So this is the eye-band I'm going to be placing on Ma Kaladhara's eyes now. Ma Kaladhara, are you comfortable?
Yes, my could you just fix my eye-band for me?
Now?
Yes.
Yes, beautiful. So I request the YouTube comments to now be projected. Just before that, Ma Kaladhara, I request you to turn to your right, left, up, and down. So all of you can see there's no possible way of light entering, there is no gap, and there's no possible way of light entering. Yes. So now I request the comments to be projected. All of you can go ahead, put anything you want in the Kailasa HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. You can post comments, questions, numbers, letters, random emojis, random letters, random numbers, random words, anything you want, and Ma Kaladhara will be reading it out loud.
Yes, the first, and which is there till now in YouTube, is from Alankrita Yadav, and she has posted Nithyananda.
Beautiful. Amazing. I request all of you to continue and go ahead and post any comments you want in the Kailasa HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. Ma Kaladhara will be reading those live. I request the comment section be refreshed.
Yes. The next comment is from Sahat Electricita and the expression Sunni Aya. She has posted Nithyananda, Yoga Prana, and amazing with exclamation mark. And she has put a baby bird, baby chicken, and the next comment is a place of frog in light green color. Then it's tails and hands of a monkey, head and hands of a monkey, where the hands are covering the monkey's eyes. And the next comment is a honeybee. And the fifth comment is chicken coming out of an eggshell and living. LOVING blessings, etc.
Amazing. Mahatalandarsitananda Nithyanandam, and thank you for the comment. I request you, specifically you, to go ahead and post any comments you want. You can, okay, yes. Ma Kaladhara, you can go ahead and read the next comment.
I will start to share more. CHALLENGING sentences with you, Ma Kaladhara, with a purple color heart and a pink color heart with 5 diamonds on it, with the purple color heart as well. And what the KHUBCHANDANI has posted. SPATIC matter DITYNAMIC static matter dynamic activity static existence 1 always in oneness.
Amazing, beautiful.
And BIGYAN CHAPAGAIN has posted a red color heart emoji with a namaste emoji and a smile emoji with two hearts being as the eyes, and another red color emoji and a pink color emoji with 5 diamonds on it, and a rose emoji. And the next comment is from Kaushik Patel. He has posted, Nithyananda, please body scan of my uncle. Prakash Patel. Beautiful, amazing. All of you saw how so fluently Ma Kaladra was able to read out all the comments. All of you, Vidyanaya, Kaushalaya, Mohitaya, Mahadilanda, I request all of you to go ahead. You can post random emojis, random numbers, random letters, anything. And Ma Kaladra will be reading it out so fluently. And yes, Kaushal Patel, to answer your question, we will definitely be doing the body scanning of your uncle Prakash Patel. But it is our integrity to get the permission and consent of the person before doing the body scanning for him. So please do get the consent and the permission from your uncle and confirm back with us in the chat section, and surely we'll be doing a body scanning for your uncle. So the next comment is from SENDRAYARSHIVAM has posted super marks, and Vignan CHAPAGAIN has posted, please scan me mark. Yes, Vigyan Chapaganaya will surely be doing the body scanning for you, but we'll be doing it in the next segment, right after this, right after the demonstration of the power of third eye. And Kaushalaya has gotten back telling okay, ma'am. Yes, beautiful. That was an amazing demonstration of the power of third eye, and this came from Mohitaya, and he has posted super. Amazing. So all of you saw how Kaladra was so fluently able to manifest the power of third eye, and it is all with the grace and blessings of the Supreme Court of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanghanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. So before we move on, I'll just read the last comment from Peter Vajraya, and he has posted Nithyanandam with the namaste. Yes, Nithyanandam Payataya, we welcome you to this Parashakti Akashic readings program. And yes, finally, with this, we will be concluding the third eye segment, and we'll be moving on to the next power, which is the power of body scanning. Now I'm going to be removing the eye band of Ma Kaladra. All of you can see that the eye band is completely intact. There is no change to the eye band, and there's no possible way of light. Beautiful. That was very amazing, Ma Kaladra. And we'll now be moving on to the next segment, which is the power of body scanning. So we'll be back right after a short break. Go ahead, call your family members, friends, and you yourself can request for a body scanning in the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. And if you want a body scanning or a remote vision, you can request in the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube chat section, and we will be attending to you immediately. So we'll be back right after a short break. So in this power of body scanning, one awakens the ability to scan illnesses, diseases, medically diagnosed issues, and provide solutions through the third eye. So let us now see the Shastra Pramana for the power of body scanning, which comes from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Swadehe jagato vapi sukshma sukshma tarani cha tatvani yani nilayam Yatmante vyajyate para. Bhagwan Parameshwar said, cognize deeply that from the subtle to the subtlest constitutive principles of your whole body, Swadeha, or of the whole universe, simultaneously exist of the essential reality. They have been absorbed in their source cause, Paramashiva, and by the experience of such restful awareness, one becomes complete from all the thoughts, and the ultimate universal divine power, Paradevi, Adi Shakti, is revealed, and the supreme power manifestation happens.
The next is the Apta Pramana, which comes from the life of a Siddha named Teriyar. Teriyar was a Siddha and one of the prominent disciples of Agastya. One day, a man suffering from a severe headache comes to Agastya for healing. Agastya scans through his third eye and reveals the root cause of the headache. He reveals that there is a small Tere, a type of frog, sitting in the person's brain. Agastya immediately instructs Teriyar, his disciple, to perform an open heart surgery and remove the frog from the brain. Once the surgery is completed successfully, the person is healed and the disciple gains the name Teriyar. The next is the Atma Pramana, which is from the life of His Divine Holiness Swamiji. Swamiji has beautifully manifested the power of Sushada and body scanning. On the 22nd of December, Swamiji shares how he used the power of body scanning, paraphrasing his words. Only when I had a multiple compound heart fracture was I forced to go for surgery in the medical checkups related. At that time, they detected hematite quantity in my different organs, and it was revealed that I had been poisoned and it was revealed that I had been poisoned without our knowledge. I immediately used diagnostic methods instead of medical facilities to study the body condition due to the poisoning. Through the body scanning, I found out what problems and imbalances had happened and where the balance had been. I used allopathy as a second opinion just to verify my findings. The next is the Sakshi Pramana. All of you can see all the participants most of the participants who participated in the Paramashivoham level program have shared their experience of how they were able to manifest this just with the initiation of Swami. So let us now witness the live Sakshi Pramana, the live demonstration of the power of body scanning by the Balasins of the Nithyananda. Before that, let us see the Pramana for the power of remote vision. The power of remote vision is where one awakens the ability to scan distances at ease. The Shastra Pramana goes, Vyomakaram swamatmanam dhyayeti dhiranavritam prayachiti shakti swarupam darshayet tata. Bhagavan Parashakti says, concentrate and forget restful awareness on oneself in that speed of space or sky Vyomakaram. It is limitless in any direction whatsoever. Parashakti Shakti, the power of consciousness, free from all support, reveals and manifests herself as a form of one's essential nature. The next is the Apta Pramana, which goes back to the time of the Mahabharata. In the Hindu epic, the Mahabharata was a blind king, and Sanjaya is the first charioteer of Dhritarashtra. Sanjaya is initiated into the power of Duradrishti and Durashruti, which is remote vision and remote hearing by sage Vedavyasa. He narrates the whole Mahabharata war to King Dhritarashtra. And it is through Sanjaya's narration that the humanity has received the sacred scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. And next is the Atma Pramana, how Swamiji was able to manifest this power. When Swamiji was a young boy, one of his gurus was Narayana Swami Tata, who was well known to keep remote distances at ease. So one day, a senior police officer came to Narayana Swami Tata, seeking help to find a thief whom they were searching for the last time. Narayana Swami Tata turned towards the Supreme Court of Hinduism and asked him to see the whereabouts in the mirror by applying some Narayana. And not only the Supreme Court of Hinduism was able to see the whereabouts of the thief in the mirror, but also showed the same to the police officer, after which the thief was caught red-handed in the same location as revealed by the Supreme Court of Hinduism. So you can see to the left is Narayana Swami Tata and to the right is the Supreme Court of Hinduism. And last is the Akashic Pramana. You can see Manitya Brahmananda has posted Pranam Bhagwan after the Bhava Smiley lesson, manifesting remote vision. A small structure, a tall male deity's image is shown. Lots of huge streets around. Deep gratitude at the root. So these are just few of the sharings of the thousands of disciples initiated by the Supreme Court of Hinduism into these extraordinary powers. So let us now witness the live Sakshi Pramana of these extraordinary powers being manifested by the Balasins of the Nithyananda. Please go ahead, start posting your comments in the Kailasa States Nithyananda YouTube channel for your requests, and we'll be back right after a short break with the Balasins of the Nithyananda. So I'm back with the Balasans of the Nithyananda Gurukul Manikya Brahma Yogananda, who is going to be demonstrating this extraordinary Shakti to all of you today. I request the comment section be scrolled to the previous comments. Okay, so I request the comment section to be scrolled to the Vigyan Chapagain Aya has requested for a body scanning. Sama Brahma Yoga, you can do the body scanning for Vigyan Chapagain Aya. Mohit Chandani has requested for a body scanning. Yes, Aya, surely will be doing a body scanning for you. Paita Vajraya has also requested for a body scanning after the successful surgery. Yes, Aya, surely will be doing. And Aya has specifically requested, please do the body scanning for me, ma. I'm after the disc replacement surgery back at home. I think the surgery went well. Paramashivoham was all the time with me. Yes, Aya, surely will be doing the body scanning for you. And Alankita Yadav has also requested for a body scanning. Yes. So all the people who have requested for a body scanning will be attending to your request and will be doing a body scanning.
Yes, so Vigyan Chapaganaya, I did the body scanning for you, and Parmeshwar revealed to me that your whole shoulder area and behind your neck, the whole area, the nerves are pulling and it's really hurting. You're not able to do anything properly, and that is happening because you're not moving your body enough for the day and you're not being active. You're not doing yoga also. So Parmeshwar revealed first thing, naturally you have to start becoming more active and doing yoga. And second thing, you should start eating a lot of spinach and beetroot. If you just start eating a lot of spinach and beetroot and start becoming active, the whole pain at the back will heal, and also you'll be able to move your body more freely. You will not feel like your muscles are cramped. You won't get the feeling of stiffness in your body.
Yes, beautiful. Vigyan Chapaganaya, this was a body scanning for you. I request you to get back in the Kailasa HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. Yes, ma Brahma Yoga, you can go ahead and do the body scanning to Paita Vajraya. And I did the body scanning for Ma Alankita Yadav. And Ma Paramashiva revealed that there is the clothes you are wearing is not, actually, you're not wearing pure cotton clothes from past few days, and that is suffocating your skin. So if you see, you started having a lot of itchiness in the skin, and not only that, you started experiencing a lot of dryness, and you started feeling very like you experienced a lot of itchiness in the skin. Paramashiva was revealing this. The reason for that is because the clothes you're wearing is not cotton clothes, and because of that, it is affecting your skin and not letting your skin breathe. So Swamiji is showing that you should wear a pure cotton, the Kerala white saree, the pure cotton Kerala white saree, and that you should start wearing more free clothes so that your body, that the skin starts breathing more freely. Is what Swamiji is showing you. And other than this, Swamiji is showing you're completely fine. And you have to start applying before sleeping and put a wet cloth on your stomach. This will really heal you from any other problem you're facing. Sendaya Shivan has requested, I am Lydia. Please do a body scanning. Past 2 days, I'm suffering from indigestion problem. Yes, Aya, surely will be doing the body scanning for you. Vigyan Chapagan Aya has gotten back to you. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Aya, for joining us in this segment.
Yes, so Paita Vajraya, I did the body scanning for you, and Parameshwar revealed to me that the surgery is successful, yes, and everything is completely fine. He just revealed one thing that one thing which you should start doing, which will really improve your health and which is naturally something which you should do for yourself is first thing, every day before you go to sleep, put turmeric on your full forehead and a big circle of kumkum right in your third eye area. That will really help you, and you'll see a lot of toxins in your body get clean when you do that. And second thing is, you have to start eating a lot of corn. Just any form of fine, you start eating a lot of corn, and that will also really help.
Okay, beautiful. That was a beautiful body scanning for Paita Vajraya. Yes. Vigyan Chapagan has gotten back telling, yes, I was not doing yoga for last 1 week and my shoulders are hurting. Yes, thank you, Aya, for getting back, and beautiful Magram Yoga. Paita Vajraya, I request you to get back in the chat section, and Alankita Yadav has gotten back telling, thank you, ma. Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. And I did the body scanning for Mohan Iyer just before that. Now, Brahmayoga, you can go ahead and do the body scanning for Vidiyal Iyer. And he has specifically asked that 2 days he has been suffering from an indigestion problem. So you can go ahead and do the body scanning. And yes, Mohit Kupchandani Iyer, Paramashivoham revealed that you have been facing a lot of stiffness in the thigh area from your hip till your thigh. You have to you're finding it hard to walk. There's a lot of stiffness over that, and that is because of you not sitting in the proper position. Your inner organ, your muscles are just becoming very stiff, and you're not doing enough yoga, and it is not healthy for you. That is why you're facing a lot of stiffness, because the movement is not that, and the connection from the brain to the legs is getting disturbed. So Swamiji is showing that what you have to do is start doing a lot of yoga, and you have to. Swamiji is showing that you have to take salt and rock salt, and you have to heat it up and put it in any cloth, and that will be hot. The rock salt will be hot, and that you have to place it anytime you feel stiffness or pain in the lower back area. You can place the hot salt in the cloth. It will be like a hot pack, like that on your lower back, and it will be it will slowly start healing. But you should also start doing a lot of yoga and drink a lot of water. And Mahajalandra Sitananda has asked, please can you scan for what my limiting root pattern at present is? Thank you. Yes, sure, Ma will be doing the body scanning. Just before that, Parata Vatsa Aya has just asked for a confirmation. I have to eat a lot of what? Didn't hear that. Didn't hear what I have to eat now. Thank you for the scan. Yes, Aya, Ma'am Brahmayoga will be clarifying that again.
Yes, so Parata Vatsa Aya, Paramashiva revealed that you have to eat a lot of corn. When you start eating corn, you'll see that it will really help you in so many different things in your body.
Okay, beautiful. So Aya has to eat a lot of corn. Yes, Ma Brahmayoga, you can go ahead and do the reveal the scanning about for Vidiyalaya.
Yes. So Vidiyalaya, Paramashiva revealed to me that the reason as to why your digestion is not happening properly is because you're not drinking a lot of water and you're not moving your body throughout the day. So you have to start drinking at least 3 liters of water a day, which is not at all happening currently. So at least 3 liters of water throughout the day, and be active throughout the day. Whenever you can, just walk around or do some yoga, move your body so that the food can get digested, and also drink a lot of water. And not only that, every day in the morning, start taking castor oil, 1 spoon of castor oil with warm water. Follow, and you'll see that your digestion problem will automatically start healing. And plus, I have even Anil Yadav has posted, please scan my permission. Yes, I did the scanning for your wife, Kavita, and Parashakti revealed to me that she's starting to get overweight, and that is only happening because first thing, she's having too many incompletions and too many like if any incidents happen for the day, she's holding on to it for the full day. She's not able to unplug from it, and not only that, she is starting to eat, like even though she's full, she's eating little. She's continuing to eat after that. So the solution is, first thing, every day before going to sleep, she should start doing the unplugging process, which everything that she has gone through throughout the day, she should just start reliving everything, going back to that memory and reliving it, and just dropping it and completing with it. And then she should just read 1 page from the Living Enlightenment book and go to sleep. This will really help her. She'll feel so much of completion, and also you'll see that the change in her body also. And second thing, Parameshwar revealed she should start doing the Nithyananda Nirahara Samyama for the next 1 month. If she follows this solution, she will become completely fine.
Yes, and I also did the body scanning for Ma Kavita. And Paramashiva revealed that you have been having the irregular menstrual cycle now. And Paramashiva revealed the solution, the reason, the root cause of that is too much heat in your body. As Ma Brahmayoga revealed, you started becoming overweight. So that is also causing a lot of heat and toxins inside of your body. So really a lot of detoxing has to be done. So automatically the menstrual cycle will also get aligned. So Paramashiva revealed what you have to do from that is every alternative day you can do the termite mud pack along with all the solutions Ma Brahmayoga revealed. You can take the termite mud and mix it with water and apply it every day on your head like this, all around your head and on your stomach, and that will actually take out a lot of heat. Just lie down for 20 minutes like that, and you will see, and then wash it out, and you will see that a lot of heat goes out of your body every day because of that, and your skin will also start glowing. And Mohit Kupchandani Aya has requested a scan for how he can get his wisdom tooth, which is stuck inside his gums, out without having surgery. Yes, I did the scanning, and Paramashiva revealed that every day you should buy a marble, a white stone, a marble Shivalinga, and every day you should do Abhishekam with a little bit of honey. Like pour the honey on top of the Shivalinga. Take that honey and apply it nicely in that area after doing the Abhishekam, and you will start getting healed. And every morning, instead of brushing with paste, Paramashiva revealed you should start brushing with Haritaki, the Kadekai Podi, and you will be healed from this. Chandraya Shivan Vidiyal Aya has gotten back saying, thank you so much, Ma. Yes, thank you, Aya, for getting back. And yes, so with this, we would like to conclude this power manifestation session. We thank all of you for joining with us in this power manifestation session. We see that a lot of people have requested for a body scanning today. So we thank all of you for joining us. Please stay tuned for the upcoming segments where you will be learning about who is Devi Parashakti and what are her qualities and much, much more. So the next segment will start right after a short break. We thank all of you. Thank you.
Yes, Nithyananda, everyone.
Yes, Nithyananda, Madran, you can go ahead.
Yes, so that was a beautiful demonstration of the powers of third eye that all of us just witnessed. So now let us move to the next segment of this program where all of us will be learning more about who is Devi Parashakti, the divine feminine consciousness. So we'll be first looking at a Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti, which comes from the Lalita Sahasranama Dhyana Shloka. सिन्दूरारुणविग्रहां त्रिनयनां माणिक्यमौलिस्फुरत् तारानायकशेखरां स्मितमुखीं मापीनवक्षोरुहां पाणिभ्यामलिपूर्णरत्नचषकं रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रतीं सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थरक्तचरणां ध्यायेत् परामम्बिकाम्. And the translation for this verse is: the Divine Mother is to be meditated upon as shining in a vermilion red body, with the triple eyes sporting a crown of rubies, studded with a crescent moon, a face all smiles, a splendid bust, one hand holding a jewel cup brimming with mead, and the other twirling a red lotus. And another Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti, which also comes from the Lalita Sahasranama Dhyana Shloka, it says: अरुणां करुणां तरङ्गताक्षीं धृतपाशाङ्कुशपुष्पबाणचापाम् अनिमादिभिरावृतां मयूकैरहमित्येव विभावये भवानी. And the translation for this verse is: I meditate on the great Empress. She is red in color and her eyes are full of compassion. She holds the noose, the gourd, the bow, and the flowery arrow in her hands. She is surrounded on all sides by powers such as anima of her rays, and she is the self within me. And Devi Parashakti, is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. Parashakti is the cosmic mother. It is her cosmic womb from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in, and the source where the Big Bang and black holes go on and on. Parashakti is the source Shakti, the source energy, the source power, from which all of us came, in which all of us are in even now, and in which all of us are going to merge. And out of her extreme love and compassion, Devi Parashakti herself is manifesting through the embodied form as the Nijavatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. And Devi Parashakti beautifully reveals in her own words, raising as Omkara, expressing as Vedas and Agamas, blossomed as Hrimkara, filled as Parashodasi, living in 40 triangles, the Kailasha Swami who is in Kailash, Sri Prachintamani, Parashodasi, sitting as part of Paramashiva, Parameshwari, who rules the world, Paramashakti, Manonmani, Meenakshi, as Nithyananda I took Nijavatara here, to give good boons to everyone, to bestow all goodness. Hiranyagarbha Swarupini, Brahmanda Yoni, Shami, Chandramauli, Rapala, Aparna, Uma, Parvati, Savitri, Navayavana, Samraj Lakshmi, Parameshwari, Parashorasi, Meenakshi, taking the form of Nithyananda, I came here as Nijavatara. With great compassion and blessing, listen, people, to do good to all of you, I took the form of Nithyananda and came down as Nijavatara. And Devi Parashakti continues, raising an Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, Shiva manifesting a source of existence, powers of existence, expression of existence, from the oneness of Om, blossoming into two as Prakriti and Purusha, blossoming as three Shaktis, Icha, Kriya, and Jnana, growing as four Vedas, expanding as five Panchabhutas, beyond six chakras, filled as Gotras of seven rishis, expanding as eight directions, existing as nine grahas, blossoming as 10 indriyas, being as 11 rudras, creating all the worlds, bringing life to tell and make truth blossom and to do good. Parashodasi, Meenakshi, in the form of Nithyananda, I came to bless every one of you. And now let's see how we can receive Devi Parashakti. So literally we're seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti at that moment. She is there on your screen, so you can always receive her in a very traditional way. You can keep two betel leaves, one banana, one betel nut, and a coin in front of the screen as you watch Devi Parashakti. And for those of you who might be wondering what exactly a coin is considered as, or what is its importance, a coin in the Hindu tradition is actually considered the traditional dakshina. And it can be the lowest value in India, it can even be just 1 paise, and in the US it can even be just a cent. Swamiji says, I'm not trying to monetize, keep even 1 cent, it is okay. So for 100 days, if you have darshan, it will add up $1. In India, even 1 paise is okay. And you can offer that to Devi Parashakti. And once the darshan is over, you can do Namaskarni, the banana, the betel leaf, and the betel nut, taking it as prasadam immediately. And the coins that you collect, you can send it to the Los Angeles temple for the further procedures. And this betel leaf and betel nut may look too small, but in a few days you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really Devi Parashakti is there. You will not take the Devi darshans for granted. Rituals will break your monotonous, unconscious mentality and lifestyle and remind you and raise you to the powerful cognition. It will break your unconscious behavior. So now here you can see how you can set up your tambalam. So you can arrange the betel leaves, the betel nut, the banana, and the coin on a plate and keep it in front of the screen. You can also keep a few additional items such as some flowers, kumkum, turmeric, and glass bangles and coconut. But the 4 basic items is the betel leaves, the betel nut, the banana, and the coin. So you can arrange all the items in a plate and keep it in front of the screen as you receive Devi Parashakti. So the next time when you are setting up for the darshan or getting ready for the darshan, you can set up your own set of tambulam to receive Devi Parashakti. And with that, we now come to a conclusion of this segment where we have learned who is Devi Parashakti and how we can receive Devi Parashakti in a very traditional way. And we'll now be moving to the next segment of this program where all of us will be learning what Devi Parashakti has revealed in the Akashic reading on all the various problems that the world is going through today, on the cause and the solution of all the problems that humanity is going through, and how important it is for us to follow what Devi Parashakti has revealed. So please stay tuned for the next segment where we will be learning what Devi Parashakti has revealed in the Akashic readings.
Now let us enter into this next segment where we will understand Devi Parashakti's revelations on the rising sea level. So as we know, Devi Parashakti has been continuously guiding and blessing the whole of humanity with various sacred revelations. Now let us look at some of those revelations. So in the Guru Padaka Stotram, composed by Adi Shankaracharya, the very first verse describes how the Guru Padaka, the sacred feet of the Guru, is the boat that helps us cross the Ananta Samsara Samudra, the seemingly endless ocean of samsara or suffering. And in this verse, Adi Shankaracharya describes the greatness of worshipping the Guru's feet. Salutations to the sandals of my Guru, which is a boat, which helps me cross the endless ocean of life, which endows me with the sense of devotion to my Guru, and by worship of which I attain the renunciation. Many of us have been feeling stuck in the same storming and raging ocean, being unable to navigate ourselves lost and the overwhelming vastness of the suffering that surrounds us during the pralaya, the great deluge. Our loved ones are dying due to the pandemic. Our homes are being destroyed due to natural disasters, and social institutions are crumbling around us. The whole of humanity is in a desperate and dire need for hope. And it is at this time that the Supreme Concept of Hinduism, the incarnation of the cosmic superconsciousness, out of his love and compassion, having taken their spiritual responsibility for the superconscious breakthrough of the whole of humanity, is manifesting Devi Parashakti, the cosmic mother, and guiding and healing the whole world as literally the boat that sails us through the pralaya, the cosmic deluge. And Devi Parashakti has guided the whole of humanity in the form of revelations of profound sacred secrets of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and by showing us the future regarding global issues, the COVID pandemic, natural disasters such as fires, floods, and more, and even the twisted human conspiracies and underground wars which have not surfaced common knowledge as yet. In this segment,
In this segment, we will be elaborating on the statistical, scientific, and scriptural references of each sacred revelation, which has manifested precisely as the same guidance emerged from Devi Parashakti, for us to imbibe deeply and start following as Devi Parashakti continues to protect us until the storm ends and we safely harbor at the shores of our consciousness.
so now let us look at Devi Parashakti's revelations on the sea levels rising from the Cosmic Archives on the 19th of May 2021. Let us first watch the video.
ஓம் ஓம் ஆண்ட்ரியாஸ் கல் மூன்றாம் உலகப் போரிலிருந்து தப்பிக்க எந்நாடு பாதுகாப்பென்று கேட்கின்றாய், கேட்டுக்கொள் சொல்வதை எல்லாம். மத்திய கிழக்கிலே போர், இந்தியாவில் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்று மற்றும் கடல் உயர் எழும்பல் எனும் மூன்றில் இருந்தும் காவல் கைலாசம் ஒன்றே. வாழ்விற்கு அதுவே நன்றே. முடிந்தால் வந்து சேர்ந்திடு. ஓம் ஓம்.
Let us look at Devi's revelations mapped into English. You are asking which country is safe to escape from the Third World War, which is said, war in the Middle East, deadly corona in India, and rising sea levels. Protection from all these three is one and only in Kailasa. Only it is good for life, if possible. Come and reach. Om, Om, Om.
And on the 19th of May 2021, while answering the prayer of one of the devotees, Devi Parashakti manifested through the Supreme Point of Hinduism and warned about the sea levels rising and the cascading effects of climate change crisis on humanity. And exactly as they revealed, the very next day, on the 20th of May 2021, the biggest ever iceberg broke, which was 70 times the size of Manhattan, posing a huge threat to humanity, causing the sea levels to drastically rise. So let us now see the scientific articles about sea levels rising as per Devi's revelations.
So yes, here is the article and published in the news, and it shows that on the 20th of May 2021, the world's largest iceberg broke off an Antarctic ice shelf. This is exactly one day after Devi Parashakti revealed about sea levels rising and the cascading effects of climate change. And so many of us have been hearing about the climate change crisis, about global warming, about how the environment is damaged due to the. No one had ever thought that we would ever see the direct effects of it immediately. But as soon as Devi Parashakti revealed about sea levels rising, we saw immediately that the iceberg broke off of the Antarctic ice shelf. And it is predicted that sea levels will continue to rise, according to modern science, even in a best case scenario. The scientists expect that sea levels will continue to rise in the coming centuries. And the Earth's coastlines will be significantly affected by this. In a best case scenario, if CO2 emissions are completely reduced to zero, we will still see sea levels rising up to 1 meter. And if the CO2 emissions continue at the high rate that they are going right now, we will see that sea levels rise and the coastlines being affected up to 5 meters or more.
And the sea level since 1880 in some ocean basins, and sea level has risen as much to 6 to 8 inches, which is 15 to 20 centimeters, since the start of the satellite record in 1993. So here you can see a study and research done by Global Climate Change, where it clearly says that sea levels will rise 1 to 8 feet by 2100.
And many people may not think that sea levels rising will affect them directly, as it seems like a faraway problem. But in the United States alone, almost 40% of the population lives in relatively high population density coastal areas. And globally, 8 of the world's 10 largest cities are near a coast, according to the UN Atlas of the Ocean. So as sea levels rise, these communities will be directly affected. However, even as sea levels rise more and more, communities more so be affected, as we will see in the future how much the sea levels rising affects the various storms and other natural disasters that are created around communities that live in the ocean, near the ocean, as well as more communities living inland. And background waters means that deadly and destructive storm surges such as those associated with Hurricane Katrina and Superstorm Sandy and Hurricane Michael will push further inland than they once did. So this is exactly what we were explaining, that as the sea levels continue to rise, we will see more communities inland being affected. And higher sea levels also mean more frequent high tide flooding, sometimes called nuisance flooding. So again, more and more communities will be affected. It's not just communities that are living directly on the coast, but even communities that are further inland. And nuisance flooding is up to 300, has increased up to 900% in the last 50 years, and we will continue to see this increasing as sea levels continue to rise.
And here you can see what is the main cause for sea levels to rise. So global warming is causing a global mean sea level to rise in two ways. So the first is that glaciers and ice sheets worldwide are melting and adding water to the ocean. The second is the volume of the ocean is expanding as the water warms. And third, which is a much smaller contributor to the sea level rising, is the decline in the amount of liquid water on land. The aquifers, lakes, and reservoirs, rivers, and soil moisture. And this shift of liquid water from land to ocean is largely due to underground water pumping. And here you can also see pictures of the Parisian Glacier in 1917 and 2005. So you can see in 1917 how much ice there is, and in 2005 it has literally become a total land.
This is in just less than 100 years that this glacier that was fully formed is almost fully melted into almost grassland. This is literally in one lifetime of a person that this glacier has completely been melted. And the pace of global sea levels rising has more than doubled from 1.4 millimeters per year throughout most of the 20th to 3.6 millimeters per year from 2006 to 2015. So in most of the 20th century, the levels of the sea levels rising was pretty stabilized at 1.4 millimeters per year. However, in the last few years, the last 2 decades, we've seen it drastically increase as due to various human activity, including and we've seen that the levels of sea levels rising has increased drastically, and this is mainly due to human activity, the meat industry, the transportation industry, and various other industries which have caused extreme amounts of CO2 emissions and damaged the environment greatly. And unfortunately, despite all of the warnings, scientists we've seen that there has not been any slowing down in the way that we have been damaging the environment. And in the last photo, you could see that the Greenland ice loss has increased drastically over the last few decades. Between 1992 and 2001, it was around 34 billion tons per year. And between 2012 and 2016, it has increased to 247 billion tons. So it's almost 8 times as much, in just a little over a decade, it has increased. We are on a very high speed path of destruction at the moment. And Devi Parashakti has already revealed this, that no place will be protected from this except for Kailasa. The effects of sea levels rising and the effects of the climate change crisis will unfortunately be affecting many, many communities and many people all across the globe.
And on August 2021, the UN publishes a code red warning of worsening global warming and rising of sea levels. So here you can see the code red warning where the UN scientists warn about the global warming.
Yes, and in the previous article, it showed that on August 2021, the UN published a code red, a warning of worsening global warming and rising sea levels. So this was just a few months after Devi Parashakti's revelations, and Devi Parashakti had already warned that we will be experiencing the effects of sea levels rising, of the effects of climate change crisis, and multiple times Devi and Swamiji have warned that we will be facing these effects, and very many natural disasters, many communities will be affected by this. And many months later, the UN also published a code red of how much the global warming has worsened and how much we will be seeing the effects of this. And in the warning from the UN, it stated that some harm from climate change, like the dwindling ice sheet, the rising sea levels, and the changes in the oceans as they lose oxygen and become more acidic, is irreversible for centuries, millennia. The world is locked into 15 to 30 centimeters, that's 6 to 12 inches of sea levels rising by the mid-century. So according to modern science, there is no way to reverse the damage that has already been done by humans and human activity.
And scientists say that even if we significantly curb emissions in the coming decades, more than a third of the world's remaining glaciers will melt before year 2100. So when it comes to sea ice, 95% of the oldest and thickest ice in the Arctic is already gone.
As Devi revealed, and as Supreme Concept was continuously been revealing, we will be seeing the effects of climate change crisis and sea levels rising, and we will be experiencing many natural disasters during this pralaya especially. We've already seen that with the floods in China, floods in India, and the floods in Europe and Germany, and most recently the floods in US. And in one article, it reported that there are 150 people still missing in the German floods, and unfortunately, it's unlikely that they will be found. And according to science, it was reported that Europe's deadly floods leave even scientists stunned. And the climate change crisis has made these deadly German floods up to 9 times more likely. So you can see even scientists were surprised by the enormity of these floods and the damage that they have caused. But the Supreme Concept and Devi Parashakti had already warned that we will be experiencing the effects of the climate change crisis and the effects of natural disasters in the coming months during the pralaya. And unfortunately, modern science does not have a way to reverse the damage that has already been done to Mother Earth, to Bhumata, It is only the Supreme Concept of Hinduism and Hinduism that have a way to reverse damage and to heal Mother Earth, to reverse the damage that humans have done to her with the ongoing human activity, that various industries that have damaged Bhumata. And it is only through non-violence and through the experience of oneness that we can heal Mother Earth, reverse the damage that has already been done, and protect the earth. And in this video, Supreme Concept of Hinduism has revealed how Bhumata actually responds to you when you connect with her and experience that oneness with her. So let us now watch that video and understand.
The human beings have become so distanced from the real life, are ready to explore things. We become so far away from, at least I can tell you from my experience, village boy. When I was 5, all the alarm clocks in my house, and I will set it back, put it back. I don't see all that in the modern day kids. It's all about that stupid cell phone. Involvement with the reality has drastically reduced. Our whole life is nothing but the screen. Whether your love, your relationships, even your sex, everything is limited to that screen. Am I right? Almost. No, almost. Everything has been reduced to that screen. Involvement with the reality has drastically come down. It is so unfortunate, especially the food, the plastic food dumped into your system. See, all the things which you eat, none of them have life. They are all not grown from life. My guru used to tell, please walk without chappal or covering your feet. Whatever grows in that land, eat, because Mother Earth records when you walk without shoes what all the ingredients are missing in your body. She records what you need for your body, nutrients or vitamins, whatever. Whatever is missing in your body, she produces in that food which grows in that land. And eat that and live. It is too mind-boggling concept. I tell you, only after I started doing it, I realized you don't need any external medicine if you know to live with the nature. Mother Earth, Bhumata, walk on the earth without shoes. In that land, what grows will supply exactly what you need for your body. Looks too difficult to believe, but after I started doing that, I realized it. Your body does not need any other medicine, anything else. Actually, maybe 2 years before, due to these continuous classes, day and night, and in the night time, the web-based programs for the outside India, all these, my whole eating habits have gone chaos, and no question of rest. It became like a too much on the system. So I had some stomach issues. I remembered my guru telling this, walk on the earth and what grows, eat. So I started walking without chappal for a few days. Suddenly I saw in my courtyard a new plant coming up. No seed, nothing, just coming up. I was wondering what is going on. How come suddenly, between the rocks, new plant coming up. And one of the devotee Ayurvedic doctor, he said, Swamiji, if you can get this plant and add it in your food, your stomach will be completely healed. I said, where to get? When he walked into the courtyard, he said, this is the plant. This is the plant. And throughout the campus we searched, we did not find another one. Nobody knows from where the seed has come, from where the plant has come. Understand, it is not that just for me miraculously nature is doing. It is the nature's life. I was ready to play with it, so she showed the miracles to me. Anybody willing to play with her, she shows her miracles to you. Nature is miraculous. If we are ready to play, she shows it. She demonstrates her love, her care. If we go back to the food with life, our life also will start more interacting, more alive, more vibrant, more overflowing.
Now that we've seen how beautifully the Supreme Concept of Hinduism explains how nature responds to you and shows you miracles when you are ready to play with her, when you're ready to connect with her. And it is only through non-violence that you can connect with Mother Nature. And non-violence is the grand narrative of Hinduism. Let us now understand more about the principles of ahimsa as explained by the Supreme Concept of Hinduism himself.
We often believe that exacting revenge is a form of emotional release and that getting retribution will help us feel better. Especially this modern day entertainment industry cult brainwashes you. The act of revenge as a way of gaining closure after a wrong is done. No! I tell you the truth, revenge has the opposite effect. Revenge is like a korangu sorinjikra mari, ari padangadu. Tamil, they say that monkey feeling itching and scratching itself is never going to settle down. Till that monkey dies, it will not settle down because it will create a wound. And it will not keep quiet with that wound. That same wound it will scratch more and more. And it will be more infection. Finally the monkey will die. Orangu sorinjikittadum nama violence la vidaradum onnu. Understand? Mass media, cult, entertainment industry, TV and cinema, cult is brainwashing you, telling that revenge is heroism, violence is heroism. No, it is not. Non-violence is heroism. I tell you, in every level, non-violence as a strategy. Because you see, non-violence makes you realize more and more oneness. It strengthens the oneness. Oneness strengthens the non-violence and non-violence strengthens the oneness. You need to understand the context. Only then you will understand how this non-violence can be a successful strategy. If you miss one or two components and do it out of wrong context, it will become a mess. It will become a laziness and non-involvement. Laziness and non-involvement is not non-violence. Don't use non-violence brand and tag to justify your non-involvement and laziness. No. That's what Arjuna was trying to do in the Arjuna Vishada Yoga. He was telling Krishna, oh, why should I kill people? Why should I kill people? Let me go away and become a sannyasi. This fellow, when he went to do tapas in the forest also, he got married to a girl. Every time this fellow goes for tapas, whether he brings boons or not, he brings girls. Alright, no disrespect to Arjuna, is incarnation of Nara Narayana Arjuna. Non-violence should not be misconstrued or should not be used to portray your non-involvement and laziness, tiredness and boredom. Hinduism is actively enriched. World will become great place. Not only we are a non-violent tradition, we believe in consciousness. We have the science of consciousness, raising the quality of the humanity. We believe in it, we spread it, we live it. We be, live, believe. Let us all understand non-violence need to be actively lived, be lived, believed and actively enriched. Actively enriched. All I wanted all of you to know what Hindus miss, Sri Kailasa should do. Do Tyaga, to tell the world actively, enrich the world actively about Hinduism. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha. Ahimsa is the highest value as per Hinduism. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha. That is the grand narrative of Hinduism. Non-violence is the grand narrative of Hinduism. We need to tell that grand narrative to the whole world. Actively. Actively we need to tell that grand narrative to the whole world. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha. Tyaga, non-violence, unclutching, all these are not inactive, tamasic, inertia, lazy, tired, bored, withdrawn lifestyle. Non-violence means not only you will be non-violent, ahimsa, established in ahimsa, you will actively practice ahimsa and enrich everyone to live ahimsa. You will create an ecosystem where ahimsa can be practiced with integrity. Understand? All the infrastructures needed to keep the non-violence ahimsa alive. Media. Media is the non-violent way of reaching out to people and telling the real truths and facts. Like media, education mechanisms, everything should be actively filled with the truths, ideas about non-violence, yaga, spiritual strength, powerful cognitions, all these great truths. Listen. Again and again. Many are trying to harass me through the social media and all other way, saying that, oh, you are teaching constantly non-violence, ahimsa, peace. Don't you see you are making Hindus weaker and weaker? Understand? If Hindus listen sincerely, they will understand I am trying to make them really stronger. Understand? Strength is intelligent way of existing.
The way to heal Mother Nature, connect with Mother Nature, and through non-violence, you can see how Mother Nature will respond to us. This is the grand narrative of Hinduism. Hinduism has so many of these beautiful teachings, and the supreme concept of Hinduism is reviving this whole science and sharing it with the world. So if you would like to learn more, you can visit kailasa.org and sign up to be an e-Kailas today and learn all that Hinduism has to offer to the world and what all the supreme concept of Hinduism is doing in the field of environment and climate change over the last 26 years. The supreme concept of Hinduism has been continuously working to heal Mother Nature, to bring these teachings, and through these teachings, reverse the damage of global warming and climate change. And you can learn more about that by visiting kailasa.org and signing up. Now we will look at some of the other revelations made by Devi Parashakti. Devi has made so many revelations, especially for what we should be expecting during this pralaya, during the pandemic. So we will look at some of those revelations. Now Devi has spoken extensively about how our mental health will be affected during this pandemic, which most of us can directly relate with. So let us look at some of those revelations and understand them a little bit more. So Devi has revealed that during this time, during this pralaya, that that minds will get collapsed and that our mental health will be directly affected by the pandemic. And now we will look at some of the research which has shown this. And after that, we will understand some of the revelations about Earth. So the translation of Devi's revelation, not only people will be dying in crores, financial and mental retardation, you will also see minds getting collapsed. Freedom from all of this suffering is the life of living enlightenment. First, prevent yourself from this deadly corona, oh people. Do the job of saving yourself, your life as first priority. And many articles, research has shown that the mental health of people has drastically declined since the beginning of the pandemic. And in global news, it was reported psychiatric symptoms like depression, anxiety exhibited by COVID-19 patients. It showed this study. And according to this new study, neurological symptoms like depression and anxiety are also showing to be common in those who have contracted COVID-19, even in more mild cases.
And we also have another article and study confirming the same on 8th June 2021 of the impact of COVID-19 on the mental health of US college students. So it says that the results indicate that students closer to graduating faced increases in anxiety, 60.8%, feeling of loneliness, 54.1%, and depression, 59.8%. Many reported worries for the health of loved ones, most impacted their mental health issues, 20.0%. And the need to take care of the family most affected current and future plans, 31.8%.
In another study, it shows that rate of anxiety and depression among college students continues to soar according to research. And researchers at Dartmouth College, who have tracked the moods and behaviors of about 200 college students for 4 years, say that stress levels are at their highest. And this article states that the researchers at Dartmouth tracked 217 college students as they were entering into their freshman year, and they have seen that students' stress levels rise and fall, but usually in tandem with midterm and final exams. But since the onset of the pandemic, rates of depression and anxiety have soared and have showed no signs of coming down. But just as Devi Parashakti revealed, minds will be getting collapsed during this time. People's mental health will very drastically decline during this time.
And let us now watch a video where Devi Parashakti reveals the secrets of the universe on 8th June 2021.
Listen intensely. I will reveal the secret of the universe and its expansion. Life, consciousness in you does not end while your body drops dead. It moves from different universes, vertical time zones, lives in different time zones as per its free will, knowledge, desire, but ultimately to get enlightened, complete liberation, Paramashiva Padam, your soul has to come back to this karma bhumi, the Bhumandala. This Bhumandala and the Jati ecosystems, the caste ecosystems, Hindu, Jnana, Sannyasa, Yoga, Grihastha, multiple spiritual ecosystems are created for the souls to come back and rebirth and grow more and more towards enlightenment easily, quickly, in accelerated speed and space. Now, too many souls from the cosmos is landing into this Bhumandala to be part of Kailasa and to manifest Kailasa. That is the reason the rate of expansion of the universe has been accelerated. An intense ecosystem for great enlightened beings and incarnations to land is being manifested by me through my Nijavatara Nithyananda and this Kailasa. All the blessed fortunate beings will be attracted to Kailasa and experience liberation. Kailasa is the space where Sanatana Hindu Dharma, cosmic science is nationalism. This cosmic law is the country law. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is nationalism. These cosmic truths will be the truths of the country, society, ecosystem, society, country, judiciary, ecosystem, all this of Kailasa will be aligned to the cosmic law, the cosmic energy, universal existential truths. Because Kailasa, cosmic ecosystem is manifesting. Expansion of the universe has been accelerated. Universe is celebrating the happening of my Nijavatara Nithyananda and this Kailas.
Yes, so now let us again see what Devi Parashakti has revealed. We can.
Now let us reiterate what Devi Parashakti revealed. I will reveal the secret of the universe and its expansion. Life, consciousness in you does not end while your body drops dead. It moves from different universes, vertical time zones, lives in different time zones as per its free will, knowledge and desire, but ultimately to get enlightened, complete liberation. Paramashivoham, your soul has to come back to this Karma Bhumi, this Bhumandala.
This Bhumandala, yes, we can go back to the previous slide. This Bhumandala and the Jati ecosystem, the caste ecosystem, Hindu, Jnana, Sannyasa, Yoga, Grihastha, multiple spiritual ecosystems are created for the souls to come back and rebirth and grow more and more towards enlightenment quickly, easily in accelerated speed and space. Now too many souls from the cosmos is landing into this Bhumandala to be a part of Kailasa and manifest Kailasa.
That is the reason of the rate of expansion of the universe has been accelerated, and intense enlightened being and incarnation to land is being manifested by me through my Nijavatara Nithyananda and this Kailasa. All the blessed, fortunate beings will be attracted to Kailasa and experience liberation.
And Kailasa is the space where Sanatana Hindu Dharma, cosmic science, is nationalism. The cosmic law is the country law. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is the nationalism, the cosmic truth. This cosmic truths will be truths of the country, society, ecosystem. Society, country, judiciary system, all these of Kailasa will be aligned to the cosmic law, the cosmic energy, universal existential truth.
Because Kailasa, the cosmic ecosystem, is manifesting. Expansion of the universe has been accelerated. Universe is celebrating the happening of my Nijavatara and this Kailasa. Let us understand how the universe is not just expanding as they revealed, but its expansion has accelerated. And let us understand what modern science has to say about it.
You are looking at the most detailed three-dimensional map of the universe known to humankind, and it's called the Sloan Digital Sky Survey. Scientists from around the world have just completed a 20-year-long survey of the night sky, measuring the positions and distances of more than 4 million galaxies and quasars. This detailed map will help scientists shed light on the remaining mysteries of the universe. Let's go on a journey from the local stars to the largest scales of our universe. Beyond the local stars that draw familiar constellations in the night sky in the neighborhood of the Earth, in addition to our own Milky Way, billions of galaxies are spread throughout the observable universe. Moving faster than light, we will take you through space in a journey from our place in the Milky Way all the way out to the large-scale structures of the visible universe, and will tell you about how we're mapping it out. Since 1998, the scientific community has realized that the universe is not only expanding, but its expansion is accelerating. This unexpected acceleration constitutes one of the major conundrums in physics. From a theoretical perspective, the acceleration may be accounted for by either assuming that there exists some mysterious dark energy, or by modifying Einstein's theory of gravity, called general relativity. In the same year, the Sloan Digital Sky Survey was launched to tackle this enigma of the accelerating expansion of the universe. The Sloan Digital Sky Survey is a vast collection of the angular positions of galaxies observed in the sky, as well as their distances from us, determined by observing the systematic shift of galactic light induced by the expansion of the universe, the so-called redshift. In this new map of our universe, the large dark patches are mostly regions obscured by the Milky Way that cannot be observed. During the last 20 years, through 4 exploratory phases, the Sloan Digital Sky Survey has created the most detailed 3-dimensional maps of the universe. To achieve this, it focused on different classes of galaxies: nearby galaxies, red galaxies, more distant star-forming galaxies, and superluminous distant active galaxies called quasars. The 4th and latest Sloan survey took place from 2014 till 2020. During this time, the new project called the Extended Baryon Oscillation Spectroscopic Survey, or EBOS for short, continued previous Sloan mapping of the extragalactic sky and just recently finished measuring distances for 1 million galaxies and quasars. These successive surveys allow scientists to trace the large-scale structures of the universe up to a fraction of its horizon, represented by the cosmic microwave background emission, seen here as a colorful pattern projected onto a sphere. The cosmic microwave background is the thermal relic of the universe, 400,000 years after the birth of the universe, also known as the Big Bang. Adding the EBOS data to the previous Sloan exploratory phases 1, 2, and 3, the Sloan Digital Sky Survey now has a database of 4 million galaxies and quasars, assembling the largest and most complete 3D map of the universe to date. This unprecedented achievement provides scientists with new tools for shedding light on dark energy and also for constraining the theory of general relativity, leading to a better understanding of the fundamental laws that rule our universe.
Now that we've understood, let's look a little bit more about what science has said about the universe expanding. In National Geographic, it was reported that the universe seems to be expanding faster than all expectations, and new evidence deepens a mystery around the Hubble constant, one of the most important numbers in cosmology.
And the fresh evidence suggests that the universe is expanding faster today than it did in its infancy. A difference has set off a search to understand what cosmic forces could be at play. It confirmed the changing rate, which is 9% faster than had been projected, would force us to reconsider a fundamental aspect of the cosmos.
Yes. And despite modern science not understanding what cosmic forces could be at play, Devi Parashakti has beautifully revealed to us that it is because of this Kailasa and the Nijavatara of Swamiji happening that has made all the beings in Kailasa come down, and that is the reason that the universe is expanding at an accelerated rate. And according to independent research done at Harvard University, has also demonstrated that time and time again, the universe is accelerating in its expansion. Let us now understand what the Supreme Concept of Buddhism himself has revealed about the expanding universe and how it is accelerated.
Listen, the key information, the key line I wanted to bring all your attention through this video is universe is not just expanding, its expansion is accelerated. Please understand. Last few years, I am screaming in top of my voice that superconscious breakthrough is happening. Please understand. It is not only just the physics level, the universe expansion is accelerated. It's a dark energy, the dark matter, in that level, the unmanifest, in avyakta, unmanifest level itself, the expansion is accelerated intensely. Please understand. The expansion is accelerated intensely in the dark energy, in the dark matter, unmanifest, avyakta swarupa of Paramashiva. See, Paramashiva's manifest form only is this world which we are all enjoying, experiencing. There is an unmanifest form of Paramashiva, dark matter, what we call dark energy, dark matter. The triggering of expansion, not just expansion, acceleration of expansion is happening from that dark energy, dark matter. Because scientists are using the word dark energy, dark matter, I am using the same word. But if you ask me to give a right word, I will say Swatta Sutta Swayam Prakasa Jyoti. I will call it a superconscious energy, superconscious matter. See, because the human eyes can't cognize, human beings are calling it as a dark matter. But because human eyes can't cognize, but third eye can cognize, I am calling it as a Swayam Prakasa Jyoti. Jyoti, light, superconsciousness, is the word rishis, enlightened beings, will use. But unfortunately, scientists have their own limitation. With the two eyes, when you see something which is not seen, you call it as dark. With three eyes, when you see something and you know it cannot be seen by the two eyes, you call that as Jyoti. Sutta Swayam Prakasa Jyoti. Jyoti Mandala. What we show as Jyoti of Arunachala, what exists as unmanifest of Paramashiva, is one and the same. Please listen. This acceleration of expansion is from the unmanifest, avyakta, sarira of Paramashiva, the unmanifest space of Paramashiva. From that, the acceleration of expansion is happening. Now, the superconscious breakthrough is imminent. It has to happen. It is happening. I have been sent to planet Earth to facilitate this only.
Sorry for the technical glitch. Yes. Now that Supreme philosophy of Hinduism has revealed about why the universe is expanding at an accelerated rate, and we've understood from Devi Parashakti about this, let us now, we'll be concluding this portion of the program. We'll be entering into the next segment where we will understand some of the various offerings that we can make to Devi Parashakti. And this is a beautiful opportunity for you to connect with Devi much more deeply and to experience that oneness with the divine. So an offering is a giving of a divine gift of pure love, devotion, and oneness. And it consists of two parts, the giving and the accepting. And only when the divine accepts what one offers, the offering becomes complete. Offerings are not made out of greed nor out of fear, but they are, when an avatar lands, the offerings are purely a part of the grand Leela played out for the only purpose of enlightenment.
So as we get ready to receive the darshan of Devi Parashakti, let us see this dhyana shloka and be in the remembrance, cherish the remembrance of Devi Parashakti through this dhyana shloka, which describes her grace and splendor. And this shloka is from the Moola Agama, Manonmani Dhyana. Says, Induni bhaveda karavani nayanam syat pankajavara japakshara sarayuktam angahima bhushana vichitra vasanam syat tungamukutojvala manonmani swarupam. And the meaning of this verse: moonlight face holding Veda books on hand, fire and ice with lotus flower, gracing and blessing hands, and one hand with japamala, beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments, wonderful clothes, and shining crown. Her name is Manonmani. And another dhyana shloka on Devi Parashakti describes, Dhyayet Devim Trinetram Shashinibhavadhanam Vedahastam Dadhanam Savye Padmam Varadamapare Chabhayam Chakshamalam Divyairabharanair Vibhushita Tanum Brahmadipit Pujitam Devi Meva Manonmanim Pratidinam Kamarthadatrim Shubham. This verse: I meditate upon Devi with three eyes, glowing like a moon, holding the Veda, lotus, and gracing with blessing and gracing hands. She is wearing beautiful ornaments. She is worshipped by Brahma and other many gods and showers auspicious boons for all actions every day. And in the Hindu tradition, various offerings are made to the divine in the element of gold, for gold is considered to have great spiritual significance and is used in abundance in the Hindu tradition, in the Hindu rituals. So let us look at the Shastra Pramana, a verse from the Atharva Veda, which describes the significance of this divine. This verse is, Tredajitam janmanedam hiranyamagnirekam priyatamam bhabhuva somasyaikyam insitasya parapatata apamekam veda samreta ahutatte hiranyam trividastva vaivishe.
And the translation for this verse: triply born by birth is this gold. From the atoms of Agni is one. It becomes dearest to Agni. One fell away from the Soma when it was hurt. One they call the seed of virtuous and powerful Apa, the watering molecules. Let that triple gold be for your long life. And gold is a divine element in the Hindu tradition. It purifies anything it touches. It is an element of great spiritual significance and spiritual power, of healing and enlightening. The vibration of gold has the power to infuse sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who wears and in anyone who sees or operates in its vicinity. And gold is mentioned in abundance in all the Hindu scriptures, agamas, Vedas, Shrutis, Smritis, Itihasas, Puranas. In all Hindu scriptures, it is abundantly displayed that gold is the most auspicious and purest metal, which purifies our being. In the Hindu civilization, everything was built in gold, exchanged in gold. Ritual feasts were offered in gold bricks. And when one was to be saved from life-threatening illnesses, gold was offered as a ritual fee. Gold was in abundance and used for weighing equivalent amounts of commodities, including cows. Kingdoms were built with huge doors of gold. The streets would have huge columns and archways made of gold. Horses and cows were dressed in gold. The Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of rivers of gold. In the Hiranmaya in Rig Veda, the river of gold. The river Saraswati was called Hiranyavartini in Atharva Veda. Gold is the supreme element for offering gifts to the ones you love and revere. Temples are constructed and paved in gold. Deities are made in gold and decked and adorned in gold because it preserves the enlightenment energy for thousands of years and it lasts forever.
So the first offering that you can make to Devi Parashakti is the easy offering, the general donation. And this is like in any temple that you might visit. You may just offer a few dollars just to say thank you, I love you to the divine, and a thank you for happening in my life. And it is stated that Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. You can be won over through true devotion, and she removes all fears. If there's any fear in the minds of the devotees, Devi is sure to remove that fear. It is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn. And this is not the autumn the season, but rather the autumn of our lives, when our thoughts turn more and more inwards, and the role of the divine becomes much more known and clearly understood. And the need for Devi worship becomes much stronger. And Devi is the one who bestows happiness on her devotees. So you can offer your gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti. And by offering your kanika, and your name shall be chanted out during the puja to Devi Parashakti.
And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Sankalpa chanting, the conscious resolution that we make when we connect with the divine, when we commune with the divine. And a verse from Devi Mahatmyam describes this. It says, Tayai tan mohyate vishwam shaivam vishwam prasuyate saya chitta cha vijanam tushta rudhim prayaschati. The meaning of this verse: the goddess enchants this universe and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess being prayed without interest in anything gives that knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in the materialistic self. And when you offer the conscious resolution, Devi Parashakti blesses with the fruition of all the desires and wishes, your asked and unasked prayers.
And the next offering is the Sahasranama Paranatha. And This is the gold coin with the inscription of the Devi's various names. And Devi is described as Namaparayana Pita, the one who likes the repetition of her various names. So this is a very special and unique archana offered to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti. So you can offer any of Devi's 1018 inscribed on these gold coins. And each of these names of Devi are not just her names, but rather the various attributes and qualities of Devi Parashakti. So when you offer one of these gold coins, or as many of these gold coins as you would like, with the various inscriptions of Devi's name, you will be blessed with all the Ananta Kalyana Gunas, all the divine qualities of Devi Parashakti herself.
And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Mukta Anguti, the gold finger ring embedded with a pearl. And Devi is fond of pearls and is adorned with pearls. And this verse describes the beauty of Devi adorned with pearls. It says, Muktahara lasat kirita ruchiram purnendu vaktra prabham shinjanno purakinkini manidharam padma prabhabhasuram sarvabhita palapradham girisutam vani rama sevitam meenakshim pranatosmi santatamaham karunya varam nidhim. And the verse describes, I bow to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls, and a face, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddesses Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to the goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. And you can offer this pearl finger ring to Devi Parashakti today and receive the blessings to be showered by her compassion and pure love in all your business endeavors. And all of these offerings to Devi Parashakti are available for you to gift to Devi at the website www.kailasamela.com/sevas.
Next offering is the Svarna Padma Pushpa, the golden lotus. And in the Kamikagama, it describes that all the kalashas should be wound around with suitable thread and covered with a new cloth. They should be adorned with the lotus flower made of gold. So you can see the significance of the golden lotus, which is used in many rituals to adorn the kalasha. And there are hundreds of scriptural references for using the lotus in the worship of Paramashivoham. Almost everything in the worship of the ultimate involves the consecration of deities using the lotus flower, the lotus leaf, the lotus pericarp, or the lotus petals. And the lotus is a very divine flower. The Shakti of Paramashiva is called the lotus. The base of the Paramashiva Linga is the lotus, and the disciple of Paramashiva is also considered to be a lotus. You can offer the golden lotus any size that you wish and be blessed to have the state-based powers and being of Devi. And in every situation in your life, you too will bloom just lotus roof in murky waters. You will bloom in any adverse situation in your life.
And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the Swarnametti, the offering of the gold toe ring to adorn the lotus feet of Devi Parashakti. And this verse describes the beauty of Devi Parashakti's feet, her lotus feet, and the toning. It says, Nakaditi di Sanchanna Namajjanatamo Guna Padadvaya Prabhajala Parakruta Saroruha. The meaning of this verse: You whose brightness from the toenails destroy the darkness of ignorance from the minds of your devotees who prostrate at your feet. You whose brightness from your 2 feet overpowers that of the lotus flower too. And you can offer this gold toe ring to Devi Parashakti to adorn her sacred feet and be in constant gratitude for receiving her blessings in even the most difficult aspects of life. We can make this offering on the website www.kailasamailer.com/savers.
Next offering is the Sadhana Mantika, the gold hairline jewelry. And the Mantika represents the nectar flowing from the Sahasrara Chakra, which is fully open. And Devi is described as the one who makes the nectar flow in all of our nerves from the Sahasrara. She gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. So when you offer this Sadhana Mantika to Devi Parashakti, you will be blessed to have your Sahasrara Chakra fully open and to experience the blissful state of overflowing of complete peace.
And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, a most sacred offering of a disciple to the Guru. In Saundarya Lahari, the Sutra describes that Devi's toenails have been sharpened by constantly being touched by the crowns of the celestial beings who always prostrate before Devi. Tamoguna is the darkness, and in the Stotram, Tamas is indicative of the ignorance in the minds of the devotees who prostrate before Devi, and their ignorance is removed. They attain the supreme knowledge. And offering of Pratyakshapada Puja blesses the Yajaman with all the auspiciousness and blessings of Devi Parashakti and the Nijavatara of Devi Parashakti, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. So you can make this offering of the Pratyakshapada Puja on the website www.kailasamailer.com/savas.
And next offering that we have is the Vastra Seva, the offering of those to the divine feet of the Guru during the Pratyaksha Pada. When you offer this Vastra Seva, you will be blessed with all the auspiciousness and sweetest path to enlightenment with full protection from Swamiji and Devi Parashakti. So here is the list of the various offerings that you can make. The E-Hundi offering, the general donation, the Sankalpa chanting, the offering of your conscious resolution, the Devi Sahasranama Swarna classes, the gold coin with the inscription of Devi's various names, the Mukta Anguti, the finger ring with a pearl, the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the golden lotus, the Swarna Meti, the gold toe ring, and the Swarna Mantika, the gold hairline jewelry, the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, the offering of worship to the feet of Swami, and the Vastra Seva, the offering of clothing to the feet of Swami. So you can very simply make your offering by visiting kailasamailer.com/sevas if you are immediately ready to make your offering. Or if you want to fill out an intention form, if you're interested but you still need some help manifesting, or you want more details, you can fill out an intention form and you will be contacted to guide you through this offering and how to manifest your offering. And then if you are immediately ready to make your offering, you can go to the link that is provided. That's kailasamailer.com/sevas. And you can go ahead and click the make an offering here. And Once you do that, you will be directed to this.
You can make your offerings on this website, where you can choose to offer the conscious resolution, the Sankalpa chanting, the Devi Sahasranama, so the pure gold coin inscribed with the sacred name of one of the 1008 names of Devi Parashakti, the Mukta Anguti, the gold finger ring embedded with pearls, and the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the gold lotus flower, the Swarna Metti, the gold toe ring for the lotus feet of Devi Parashakti, the Swarna Mangtika, the gold hairline jewelry representing the overflowing gratitude, and the nectar overflowing from the Sahasrara, which is fully opened with the sentiment of gratitude. The Pratyaksha Pada Puja, the offering of the ritualistic gratitude to the Guru, the Vastra Seva, offering of the sacred cloth, and all of these various offerings are made available on this website, and you can offer any of these as your special gift to Devi Parashakti, your personal expression of your sacred sentiments. You can make all of these offerings. The e-hundi offerings can be made in multiple currencies: the US dollars, the Australian dollars, New Zealand dollars, Canadian dollars, euros, Indian rupees, Singaporean dollars, Malaysian ringgits, Great Britain pound, the Chinese yen, and you can make the offerings in various amounts of your choice. So all of these offerings can be made on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas.
And you can also sign up to, as all of you know, Supreme Bondhood Comedy has been continuously manifesting Devi Parashakti. Now, Bhagavan Sundareshwara, if you want to constantly stay connected, constantly be in touch and be notified of the various darshans and the initiations of Supreme Bondhood, those that have been continuously giving, you can go ahead and join as a member of Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. And it's a very simple process. You can just go to YouTube and visit Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda. And next to the title, there will be a button. So here is the YouTube channel. And you can go ahead and click the live video. And once you do that, you will see an option to join the channel. So you can go ahead and join. And once you click that, you will be directed to the next page, which will show you the various levels of member you can be, the various levels of Kailash you have to choose from. So you have bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and premium. And this is each level will have various content and exclusive programs that are associated with that. So you will get access to all of that once you become a member. You will also have access to be able to ask your questions during the live Sundareshwara darshan and the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading. So you can ask your questions directly in the comment section of the YouTube video, the live video, and Bhagavan Sundareshwara or Devi Parashakti will both be directly viewing your questions, directly attending to you. So do register to become a member of Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. And if you, as you are watching the live darshan, the live Parashakti Akashic reading, the live Paramashiva Sayujya Samadhi darshan, you can offer your gratitude directly in the YouTube comments. So you can use the super chat or super sticker option in YouTube and directly comment and offer your gratitude and offer a few dollars, how much ever you would like to offer, just to say thank you, to offer your love, your devotion to Swami for continuously manifesting Devi Parashakti and continuously manifesting Sundareshwara Paramashiva just for you, to guide you, bless you, and heal you during this time. here is what you will be seeing when you open up the live video, and you can go ahead and hit subscribe, and you can also join as a member of Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. And to have joined as a member, you can also chat in the live comments and offer your love, your gratitude directly through the comment section, through the super chat, super sticker option. So with this, we'll be concluding this portion of the program. We'll be entering into the next segment very shortly, where we will be understanding the activities that are happening in Adi Kailasas of India. As all of you know, the Supreme Panchavav has opened up all of the Kailasas in India as Kailasa COVID care centers for the sake of protecting humanity during this time, protecting Indians during this time who are suffering with the effects of the pandemic. And as Devi Parashakti and the Supreme Panchavav have been continuously warning, the only priority for this year is to keep yourself alive. That is the only profit for this year. So out of his deepest compassion, the Supreme Panchavav Hinduism has opened up all of the Kailasas of India for anyone who wants to protect themselves and their families. It does not matter whether you are a devotee or not, or if you are an initiated disciple or not. Anyone is welcome to become a resident of one of the Kailasa COVID care centers. And you can very easily sign up at kailasa.org/Kailasa care. And it is not just that is providing multi-layer quarantine and protection in the physical sense, but the Supreme Panchavav Hinduism is also providing free organic sattvic food for all the residents of the Kailasa COVID care centers, as well as free internet services, free accommodation, and various activities and programs to make sure that people are staying mentally engaged and are not falling into the delusion and the suffering that is coming during the Pralaya. As Devi Parashakti has revealed, during this time, minds will get black in order to prevent this, in order to continuously attend to people as Supreme Panchavav has made so many various activities available in all of the Kailasas, and also, of course, the ongoing Paramashivoham program, which has been continuously running since March of 2020, non-stop, where devotees, disciples, and participants are able to continuously stay in this high state, continuously work on their self and their consciousness, their own expansion. So you would like to sign up for the Paramashivoham program, you can also go ahead and visit kailasa.org to sign up for that. So now we will be taking a very short break, and before entering into the next segment.
Most easiest, most powerful, most inspiring, most exciting way to connect with life as the form of mother. Navaratri is the time to connect with Cosmos as mother. Celebrate Cosmic Mother. This 9 days we worship Mother, worshipping Divine Feminine.
Om Kali, Om Shakti, Om Kali, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti, Om Shakti.
There are some gods 9 unknown gods. The moment you call, they will be there. Venkateshwara, Balaji. I tell you, people give so much for Venkateshwara because he does the job. He's a 9 unknown god. There's a village folk story where Venkateshwara borrows from Kubera for his marriage and he is still paying the debt. Venkateshwara takes the responsibility of reserve to reserve. This whole story, beautiful story of Venkateshwara is an amazing concept. He is making Yaksha into Lakshmi. He is making the reserve to reserve. It's an amazing truth.
Here is the Australia Kailasa. How can I be so lucky and have a happy life in Kailasa? It's a long story. My name is Li Qi. My guru is His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Since I was very little, I already wonder what life for. I really want to know the result, the reason. A long time ago, I think if I earn enough money, I will be very happy person, and then life is for happy. I tried to earn money, and then I'm really rich, but money didn't give me happy. Then I tried to get the happy life in romantic love. Then the really romantic love take me go lots of place. Too many stories during this time. But I still don't feel I get the result, get the life reason. Then I start study from book, from video, from religion in many different ways. And when I study Buddha, that time I really appreciate Buddha gives so much intelligence to me about life. But I don't think study is enough for me. I want to be Buddha. But I don't know how. Who can let me get there? One day I found the video in YouTube, introduce Swamiji in that video. I suddenly, my eyes open wide. I get it. He must be my guru. I can get there. He can let me get what I want to know, and he can take me home, real home. This kind of feeling, then I start study from Nithyananda Sangha. One day, Swamiji Satsang said he need people devote land, home, money to build up Kailasa. Then I discussed with my husband, decide to give the whole farm to Nithyananda. That time, because both of us believe help Swamiji means help whole world. It's a big decision, but we just discussed so short time already. I appreciate my husband love me so much and believe me, trust Swamiji so much. Soon here will be big temple, Gurukul, Goshena, and library. Introduce this my story to you, just me. Don't give up any chance to be founding father of Kailasa. it's best thing you can do in your life.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow.
Welcome back. So the next segment of today's program is on multi-layer quarantine COVID care protection centers and de facto embassies of Kailasa. Today, people around the world are trying to grapple with the grim reality that pandemic is far from over. The aftermath of current calamity promises to be much more devastating. The great economies of the world are facing disastrous future. Countries are facing off each other in deep mistrust. The World Health Organization on Tuesday said that the Delta variant of COVID virus have elbowed out all the other strains or the variants of concern. Less than 1% each of Alpha, Beta, and Gamma are currently circulating. It is really the Delta virus around the world. The coronavirus pandemic has now killed more Americans than 1918-19 influenza pandemic did. The 1918 influenza affected about 25% of Americans and killed 0.65% of them, coming to 675,000 deaths. Whereas the COVID-19 has infected more than 12% of Americans and killed about 0.2% with 676,000 deaths. The University of Maryland researchers suggest that the need for better ventilation and tight-fitting masks, in addition to widespread vaccination, is to help stop the spread of the virus. Physical distancing of 2 meters, about 6.5 feet, may not be really sufficient to prevent the transmission of virus carrying airborne to a study. Even with the emergence of new MU COVID-19 variant, the Delta strains remain the top concern globally, appearing to be outcompete others. This is from the World Health Organization. And we have the Chief Medical Advisor, Anthony Fauci of United States, who says that right now we are still in pandemic mode because we have about 160,000 new infections every single day. That's not even modestly good control. Therefore, the US has reported about 40 million cases of COVID-19 since the outbreak of the virus, with over 4 million infections adding up to past weeks. You can also see that COVID-19, how it has made the world less peaceful, whether it is in terms of ongoing conflicts or safety and security amongst the nations or multilateralism. Now, we have the young adults, especially from the age 18 to 24, about 56% of them have experienced either an anxiety or depressive disorder during the COVID-19. we try to compare the average share of adults reporting the symptoms of anxiety disorder or a depressive disorder between 2019 and 2021, we can clearly see there is a threefold increase. In 2019, it was 11%, and in 2021, it is 41.1%. Nearly 8 in 10 Americans say that the coronavirus is a significant source of stress in their lives, whereas 7 in 10 Americans say that they've experienced increased stress over the course of the pandemic. More than 60,000 US healthcare workers have contracted COVID-19. 300 of them have died. An estimated 300 to 400 physicians die by suicide every year. Of the health workers who treated patients during the China COVID-19 outbreak, 50% of them showed signs of depression and 45% of them showed signs of anxiety. Now, if we take the target population as the pregnant women, before pandemic, 15% of the pregnant women experienced depression, and 40% of them are now expressing depression during COVID-19. Similarly, 29% of the pregnant women experienced anxiousness before the onset of pandemic, but now it is 72%. Eight in 10 students are struggling with focus on school or work and avoid distractions. Students are interacting mostly with parents during COVID-19, physically distancing themselves. The parents can support students is simply spending time with them, ranked much higher than talking about the COVID news. 55% of all the students do not know where to go for help, whether it is physical health or especially the mental health. Nearly 82% of women surveyed say that lives have been negatively disrupted by the pandemic. Nearly 70% of women who've experienced disruptions are concerned their career growth may be limited as a result. The pandemic is expected to plunge most countries into recession in 2020, with a per capita income contracting in the largest fraction of countries since 1870. The COVID-19 crisis has worsened already fragile situation. The International Labour Organization is more aware than ever of its responsibility to promote peace and resilience in the time of the global pandemic. A little over 25% of healthcare workers were infected with coronavirus despite getting fully vaccinated. A recent study has revealed, giving an insight on the breakthrough infections due to the Delta variant. Therefore, it is very important to address the COVID pandemic, which is seeing another wave, destroying many more lives. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says that pandemic fatigue setting in as a result of continuous lockdown is resulting in delusional ignorance. Holding on to delusion and supporting the space of delusional decisions led to delusional arrogance, Bhava Sankalpa. Continuous lockdowns leads to delusional thoughts like, so what if I die? It's okay. I can't live forever in this lockdown. Going out and then exposing oneself, putting the risk on yourself and others is the delusional arrogance. The global COVID virus pandemic has left the whole world desperately looking for answers. Life as it had been experienced even back in February 2020 is no longer recognizable. Drastic change is the order of the day, with people having to redefine their world with new paradigms of economy, society, faith, religion, and health. Blessed are those who have the greatest fortune to be the incarnation of Paramashiva, the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, in their lives to carry them through this crisis. So here you have this wonderful opportunity to join our COVID care protection centers. All you need to do is just register through this link below, kailasa.org/kailasacare, KAILASA.org/KAILASACARE. So you have this wonderful opportunity to join these COVID care protection centers and reclaim your conscious sovereignty. So let's take a few minutes for you to register yourself in this link below, and we'll be right back. Even amidst the pandemic, 2021 can go down as the year we made peace with nature and set the planet to healing. Making peace with nature is ultimately possible if we start making peace with nature. Even if we start now, it is simply possible. The World Health Organization Health and Peace Initiative. The health and peace are interrelated. In other words, the Director General of World Health Organization says that there cannot be health without peace, and there cannot be peace without health. Tackling the pandemic and building resilience in fragile states require concerted international action at local, national, and global levels. As the humanitarian and economic toll of the COVID-19 continues to grow, so does the risk that this crisis will fuel new conflicts around the world while symptoming prospects of resolving ongoing ones. For the first time since 1945, the entire world is confronted by a common threat, regardless of nationality, ethnicity, or faith. A new social contract between people, governments, public sector, civil society, and more can tackle the roots of inequality with fair taxation on income and wealth universal benefits and opportunities for one and all. Our contemporary world is showing no signs of decline in the intensity of violent conflicts, crime, displacement, and prevalence of continued state of tension in many regions of the world. According to a UN report, in the year 2019 alone, about 55% of 358 political conflicts worldwide involved the use of violence. The geopolitical tensions which have been on rise even before the COVID-19 pandemic have only prolonged violent conflicts, making it difficult for policymakers to come together and resolve their differences peacefully and amicably. The last decade witnessed the highest number of people internally displaced by conflict and violence. So now let us look into the contributions of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Global peace is a product of individual bliss, says the Isa Upanishad. Whenever an individual goes through a spiritual bliss, he manifests a beautiful, peaceful life for him and everyone around him. If he is powerful enough, he moves the whole city and manifests peace. He is more powerful, he moves the whole village or the whole country itself. If he is powerful enough like incarnation, he moves the whole world and manifests peace for them. The individual bliss is a source of global peace in the level of home, the microscopic and macroscopic universe. Whatever level it may be, understand global peace is a byproduct of individual peace. Now we'll be looking into a beautiful video where Swamiji is beautifully explaining how global peace is the byproduct of individual peace.
नित्यानन्देश्वर समारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, visitors, viewers, Samajis, Satsangis, sitting with us all over the world. Sri Mahans, Mahans, Kotaris, Tanidars, through Nithyananda TV, Sadhana TV, and two-way video conferencing. I welcome every one of you with my love and respects. The cities sitting with us in two-way video conferencing: Phoenix, Kanchipuram; Glendale, Arizona; New York, Varanasi; Washington, D.C., Sripuram; Ravensburg, Germany; Wilmington, North Carolina; Indrani, New Jersey; Seattle, Chidambaram; and Tiruvanmiyur, Chennai; Nithyananda Dhyanapidam, Hosur; San Jose, Madurai; Port Washington, New York; Singapore, Singapuram; Ohio, Prayag; St. Louis, Tirumala; Seattle, Chidambaram; Washington, D.C., Sripuram; Kastau, Croatia; New York, Varanasi; Sugarland, Texas; San Jose, Madurai; Hebal, Bangalore; Ravensburg, Germany; Wilmington, North Carolina; Hong Kong, Sirgari Enriching Temple, Bididi, Oman, Sivagangai; Hyderabad, Gupta Kashi, Nithyananda University, Los Angeles, Nithyananda University, Paris, Los Angeles, Hollywood, Toronto, Kailasam, Scottsdale, Arizona, Charlotte, Srisalem, Vancouver, Canada, Houston, Kalahasti, Enriching Temple, Bididi, Kathmandu, Nepal, Oman, Sivagangai, Hyderabad, Gupta Kashi. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Today I wanted to expand on the science of completion. How the science of completion can directly impact the consciousness you are carrying and the consciousness embodied in many bodies. Please understand, the more deeper you go inside you, means more deeper space you go inside you, more expanded you become, more one with everything, more oneness you experience. Because the more deeper you go, the more you experience the unified field of consciousness. Various words are used. Some of the Hindu traditions uses the word Atma, Brahman. Some of the Hindu traditions use the word Nirvana. Whatever word you may use, Atman, Brahman, Nirvana, unified field of consciousness, whatever. But one thing I want to tell you, the deeper and deeper you go in your inner space, you experience the vast oneness. The more superficial you are, the more incompletions you carry with others, even with yourself. The more superficial you become, even your own right hand and left hand fights with each other. Different parts of you fights with you. Different thoughts of you fights with you. Even you fight with you, the more superficial you go, the more deeper you start traveling. First, you get integrated. The you fighting with you stops. Then, the people around you get integrated. They fighting with you stops. Completion with yourself, then completion with others, then comes completion with other things, not just living beings, even with inanimate beings. The completion starts happening. Even with the nature, completion starts happening. Please understand, the more deeper you travel, the more deeper you go, the more deeper you settle down, the more deeper you start living. Your cognition expands. Your cognition includes. Your cognition becomes more and more inclusive. More joy, more bliss, more knowledge, more enlightenment. Please understand. the more and more completion happens in you, you will see everyone around you feels complete with you. That is why I am saying, whether they have body or they are disembodied, in the deepest corners of your being, deepermost layers of your being, deepest parts of your being, you experience such powerful awareness, such joy. Going into the deepermost corners of your being not only is a joy, it's a power. Because suddenly you will see everybody around you, everything around you listens to you. It really becomes a vibrant power where the tendency to exploit is not there. Listen, that's a very important thing. Power without the tendency to exploit. Because as long as you feel the other person is separate from you, when you get the power, it will always be used for exploiting. Because the other person is separate from you, then naturally what you will feel? Let me suck all the possible energy, intelligence, time, talent, treasure. But when you feel the other person is your own extension, you will see, you will be showering so much. The power you have will not be exploiting, it will be enriching. I tell you, even if death comes at this moment, I can tell you very clearly, I can face the death directly and tell the death, I have enriched every human being more than what I received from anybody. I have given to every human being whom I met in my life more than what I received from them. My accounts is clear. I am ready. Come on, let's go. My accounts is clear. I don't have debt. No credit card money to be paid, loans to be paid, no debit card, no credit card. My accounts is clear. Understand, when you feel everyone is your extension, the power given to you, the power you gain, see, any living is power. Powerful way. Even in that, you will become powerful. So any lifestyle you choose, you will get power in that field. Whether it is exploiting or enriching, murdering or raping or go on serving. Whatever lifestyle you choose, living is power. When you go into the deepermost core of your being and start living based on completion, I tell you, the first power you will experience is everything around you listens to you. That power will simply make you enrich everyone. The best power you can have through living is power of enriching. Whatever you do, as I said, whether you live the life of enriching or exploiting, you will become powerful. I tell you, the power of exploiting brings more and more conflict within and without. And those conflicts naturally bring suffering. And the power of enriching brings more and more completion in you and in others. This full month, Nithyananda Sangha all over the world. The other day I was seeing, we have officially presence in more than 50 countries. As devotees, group of devotees, we have presence in 100 countries. All over the world, we are going to celebrate this whole month for Global Peace Month, impacting global peace. All of us this whole month will live completion and do samskara dahana kriya, means burning the patterns which separates us from others, burning the patterns which are constantly keeping us in a superficial level. All over the world, we will be doing samskara dahana kriya, burning our patterns and leading us to more and more completion. And we also have special 3 Nitya Dhyana Yoga program teaching people science of completion and facilitating samskara dahana kriya. This month, 20th, 21st and 22nd, this whole month, all over the world, all our temples, ashrams, centers, yoga centers, schools, colleges, universities should do samskara dahana kriya, should do the practice of burning all the incompletions and patterns which leads to conflicts, bringing more and more peace inside us and outside us, spreading peace. This whole month, let's impact global peace. Let us really contribute to the global peace, not just talking about it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Not just talking about it. Let's do it. Even if you teach the samskara dahana kriya to 50 people in each area, each place where we have centers, ashrams, temples, two-way centers, yoga centers, even 50 people, each Tanidar teaches, enriches them with this science. The amount of suffering and negative waves, negative vibes reduction can contribute so much to the world. Please understand, one positive person can burn millions people negativity. Experientially, with evidence we proved, one positive person has already burnt at least 20 million people's negativity in last 10 years and brought peace. So each one of you, if you stand up as one positive being, one authentic, responsible, enriching being, I tell you, we can do so much to the world. It will be better place than the time we entered. When we leave, it should be better place. That's all. When we leave the earth, it should be better place. So understand, inner peace is your birthright. Go to the depths of your being. Bring more and more completion into you. Completion with others. And start living Advaita. Today in the Inner Awakening session, it's all about completion with others. So last 6 days, literally, you worked so much, one by one by one by one by one, layer by layer by layer by layer. The completion with yourself. Now comes completion with others. Today, we are starting the science of completion with others. It's one of the most powerful science. Does so much to human beings. Not just healing their relationships, even inside their consciousness, inner space, so much of good is done. So much of awakening is done. See, when you have completed with others, the kind of strength you feel is the power of Advaita. Strength of Advaita. Awakening sessions are all about completion with others. We have long session today working on completing with others. So with this, because today we have a long session with Inner Awakening, we are also lagging behind the syllabus. Actually, it is a good news. It's not a bad news because participants are so sincere. They are going through the whole process so intensely, sincerely. Because of that, we are little delayed. But today I am going to catch up. Today I am going to spend more time and catch up with them, with the syllabus. So, I conclude today with this. I'll move to the next sessions, IA sessions and all that. Because never I conclude. There is no conclusion for satsang. It goes on and on and on. Only the audience change. So with this, I move to the next step. I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching and causing eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 0.
Social answer means I'll tell, oh, you should all work for global peace. You should all work for turning the world. You should work for revolution. You should work for all these, that things. You should vote only the party which says that it will stop the war and all these things. This is the social answer. Nonsense. If you want the honest answer, I tell you, simply transform yourself. You can't do anything. If at all you can do, you would have done it. Be honest. If you can do, you would have done it. You are raising this question because you are not able to do. Am I right? So let us be very clear. Let us be honest. We are not able to do socially. That's the truth. That's the reason you are sitting here and raising the question. I tell you, understand few important things. There are a lot more attached to this question. There are many things which is attached to this question. We always feel the present is the world is totally spoiled. It is not going according to the rules or how it is supposed to be. It was wonderful once upon a time. In ancient time, things were going properly. Everything was well and great. And I tell you, 10,000 years ago, they found some writings on stone in Harappa Mohenjo-daro culture. Some stone writings have been discovered. The other day I read a beautiful book about that stone writings. That writings, it says, oh, nowadays the society is not as it should be. So much of war. There is no peace. In the early times, there was so much of peace. Society was really great. Things were as it should be. And it almost looks like a today newspaper editorial. 10,000 years ago, the same thing carved on a stone. Then understand, there was no such time as only good prevailed. It is just a fantasy. Hinduism, they call it Satya Yuga, the age of truth. There was a time only truth prevailed. And every religion, Christianity, they say the Garden of Adam and Eve. There was a time everything was wonderful. Every religion has got the fantasy. The past was great. There was golden past. Always the idea of golden past exists only in the past. The more you go back, again you say the past was great. And I tell you one thing, it is a wonderful way of postponing. Otherwise, I can be sure the world was same as it is today. Whether it is 5,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago. Maybe one thing, there was no CNN channel that time. So the news did not reach you so quickly. That's all. The news did not reach you so quickly. That may be the only difference. But otherwise, I can be sure the good and the bad was equal. Good and the bad was equal. The same amount of wars were there. All the other things were there. If you read the Puranas, the mythological stories of India, you see enough of things. Enough of dirty things. I think sometimes I find a little more. And if you read completely the Puranas or the Hindu scriptures, there are a lot of things much worse than modern day. The criminal activities or bad things or negative things, whatever you say, all this stuff. And never think only present day is corrupted or violent. In the ancient days also, all these things were there. Only one thing was not there, the CNN news or the internet. So the news did not reach you. But otherwise I can tell you, enough the good and bad was there. It always will exist. It will exist. All you can do is, if you awaken yourself, if you reach the enlightenment state, you can go beyond it. And I tell you, enlightenment is the only service you can do to the society. Just become enlightened so that you will reduce the negativity. Now, as of now, you are also the part of negative group. Naturally, we will be a negative group. As long as we are unenlightened, we will be the part of collective negative consciousness. So if you become enlightened, at least you will reduce your weight. That's the only thing we can do. Nothing else can be done. So all I request you to do is just become enlightened. Realize that you are a lion. That's the only way to help yourself and the society. Otherwise, all revolutions, you see, all revolution again end up as one more tradition. In last 2000 years, 3000 wars have happened in the humanity. In 2000 years, 3000 wars. Human beings have not done anything except doing wars, except fighting. Everybody claims he wants to do revolution. He wants to spread peace. You see, every country claims their army is a defensive army. Then who is offending? Tell me. Every country says defensive army. Then who is offending? These are all just, games. The idea of peace is a pure game. Everybody wants to spread the peace according to them, not according to the other person. They want peace according to them. The other day I was in one interreligious gathering. One guy is preaching, let all of you convert to my religion so that we will not have fight. He wants peace the way in which he wanted, not the way in which. And there's a beautiful saying, the sword of Muhammad, it is written, peace alone should survive, something like that. He has written some statement about the peace on the sword. We all take sword to spread the peace. So no revolution is going to help, because in the last 2000 years 3000 revolutions have happened, but still world is same, I think much worse. So no revolution is going to help, only individual evolution is going to help. So be very clear. Instead of working in the outer world, start working in the inner world. That will help you and society some way.
Listen carefully. The space of Shanti, is where Kailasa grows. Listen carefully. It is in the deep powerfulness of peace, or peace-centered powerfulness is the ground, breeding ground for Paramashivatva to manifest. Please understand. Like how pure mirror reflects everything, pure Shanti-based Shakti, peace-based powerfulness reflects Paramashiva. Paramashiva manifests in peace-based powerfulness. Please understand. Neither violence nor powerlessness. Powerlessness is weakness. Violence is abusive. Peace-centered powerfulness, powerfulness-centered peace. All the Upanishads starts with peace, completes with peace. Shanti starts with Shanti mantra, gets completed with Shanti mantra. Peace-based powerfulness is a fundamental requirement for Paramashivatva to manifest. That is why people who don't want us to manifest Paramashivatva or power manifestation do not want to allow the peace in our life, or do not want peace in our campus. Understand? But only if you are peaceful, which cannot be shaken even by the demons and devils and rakshasas, we can be in eternal peace. So, Remember this very clearly. Peace alters the very DNA structure, genetic structure, the core Anu Mahat structure. Understand? Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. The consciousness in you is atom inside the atom, Mahat, more than Mahat. That Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. That consciousness starts growing in you with more and more peace-based powerfulness developing in you. Nothing can be compared to unclutching. Spend more and more time, energy in unclutching. It will never be wasted. Time spent on unclutching is the most productive time for you in your life, because unclutching completely makes you altogether a different material. Understand? It makes your very biomemory, muscle memory, core structure, molecular structure, genetic structure, DNA structure, everything, all the 8 energy flow circuits, 7 energy flows, 1 the pure conscious explosion. So totally 8 energy flow circuits exist in you. All the 8 explodes when you unclutch. Understand? Unclutching is the space of Sri Kailasa. Every chanting, every prayer in Hinduism ends with Shanti, Shanti, Shanti 3 times. Means peace, peace, peace. Hinduism is the real religion. Loving peace, living peace. Individual level, social level, global level. Understand? Hinduism lasts all its 56 nations, 200 states, 10,000 kingdoms, samsthanas, is not a loss to Hinduism, it is a loss to planet Earth, human beings. Wherever Hinduism is practiced, kept alive, the ideal of global peace is kept alive. Just do this one simple statistics. You yourself study. Google and study. Take the top 10 religions. List for each religion. I can be 200% sure. You yourself will realize Hinduism is the most peace-loving and peace-living religion. Neither conversion nor terrorism. Neither conversion nor terrorism. Being the supreme pontiff of the most peace-living religion, I give you all my blessings. International Peace Day, understand? It is we Hindus
need to keep the global peace as a living possibility, and we need to make this global peace as reality. Just talking about global peace will not work. Working for global peace only is the responsibility of the real living Hindu. Anyone who wants to claim themselves as a Hindu or practicing Hindu should work for global peace. Global peace is our responsibility. Hindus have the responsibility to bring global peace. So you can also throw a challenge. See, if you are making a Hindu micronation, you can throw this challenge to each one, your friends, family, 10 people. Let them participate in the challenge and then let them send the challenge to others. So I welcome all the living and practicing Hindus to become founding fathers of Kailasa micronation in your countries. You can also make a challenge, like how they made ice bucket Hindus.